Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're off from Baltimore. Marvin Mims now to return it. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Slot man motioned over. They'll try the right side with Akers. And he's only going to take this forward to about the 38. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. On 3rd down, here's Nix. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Let's go now.
Motion man sent left. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he'll start pushing them into field goal range. A small gain to the 38. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game.
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Roquan Smith with the pick. And the Ravens take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Running once more with Henry. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Lamar now from the gun. On the move, headed right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot. Nice shot.
Out of the gun, Henry. Has a lane inside the 25. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. First down from the red zone. Vacates quickly left side. He's keeping it. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
2nd and 3 now. He gives to Henry on the inside handoff. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to 1st and goal.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Henry. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Ravens have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he gets him into a good spot, just a yard or two shy of the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Play action with Nix. That's caught. He found some space. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. Working quickly here. Akers is across the line for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Will Lutz now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos tie this game 7-7. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he crosses his sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
This is Henry on 2nd. It'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the 2nd quarter. Ravens in possession. They're looking at 1st down here. Another run for Henry. And he's not going to get much. A modest gain at best to the 41. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now Jackson off the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. From the gun, a run for Henry. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the 31. Andrews with the catch. The ball is out! And the Broncos corral it! And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a 1st down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. The offense does to the defense right there.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. It's Nix out of the pistol. Getting out to his left. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Here we go.
Nix from the gun. Caught, nice game left side. All the way, touchdown Denver! The Broncos capitalize on that turnover and take the lead. And they've loved the scoring production he's brought out of their offense. That touchdown gives him 10 on the season. Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Johnson with a return here. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10.
It's not.
It's Henry on the counter. And he drives it up past the 45. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Report.
Jackson now, 3rd and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Broncos take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Oh boy. They cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is clean, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Here's Akers up the middle. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. And it's the Broncos with 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Akers. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Back now, pressure on its way. He's got the hook up to Akers. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
Let's go.
Akers does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Went in the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on 2nd and goal. Mix off the play action. Flushed out of the puck, and he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos grow their lead just before halftime. Extra point try now from Lutz. Drifted near that upright, but he gets it to go. And the Broncos double their lead to 14. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Struggling to center it. Oh, it's loose. Oh, no, and it bounces out of their own end zone. That's going to be a safety.
You know, those defensive guys, they will tell you that the sideline's their best friend, right? A lot of these routes are trying to push the receivers and move the real estate. Well, sometimes the sidelines could be an offensive player's best friend when that ball bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
The drive begins with Henry. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
First down at the 43-yard line. 13.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
180.
Trying again, following the sack. Trying for the deep ball. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
3rd and long for him here. He's on the move. On the run right, throwing deep. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. And they just did.
Hey, middle.
Lamar throwing again. And that's incomplete. 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Well, Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone, so the football will come back out to the 20. Here comes the final play of our first half. They're looking to throw. Buying some time right. Finds a man, right side. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying down the middle with Henry. Yeah, he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. John Franklin Myers coming in to clean things up. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On 2nd down, here's Henry again. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
They've got a man in motion. Now Jackson on 3rd down. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Offense up to the line fast. Fourth down, here's Jackson. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
This one's caught. It's Andrews near the sideline. And he's out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. They have themselves another 1st and 10. We'll give right side to Henry. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Going with King Henry here. He finds space into the red zone. And he's finally hauled down at the 12. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. They run it with King Henry. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here's Henry. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. Chased out to his right. And they take this in for the score. The Ravens cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. On the return, here's Mims. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. 1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Nix with it on 1st. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field. Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. Nix again on 2nd and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. Play action with Nix. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Here we go.
Back to throw it. Someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Ravens come up with a turnover and hold strong on 4th down. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A one-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts and too many possessions.
Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be second down. Lamar now from the gun. Completes this one to Hill. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I'm sure, Coach, your play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Handoff headed right to Henry. We're working a couple yards past the line. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Running once more with Henry. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Play fake. Jackson. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Gets this one to Andrews. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Finds him over the middle. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They run. Here's Henry. Stiff arm success. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. It's Henry on the carry. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. And some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal.
Hey, report.
They'll run here with Henry. And somehow he manages to get back to the line of scrimmage before going down. He couldn't get anything there, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Another chance at it on 2nd and goal, still from the 5.
Hey, Ozzy, sit up.
Once more, here's Henry. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Ravens take a fourth-quarter lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second-effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens take a 4-point lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They bring Sutton in motion left. Look at this, the wideout gets him to start this drive. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
He rolls to his right. Complete, it's Akers. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. It's Nix out of the pistol. Pass taken in by Sutton. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. Setting up to pass. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he nearly takes it to the red zone before going out. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st. They kick the running back in motion. Here he is to throw. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
To throw. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their 1st. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. To throw. The screen pass falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Looking to throw it. That could be a folks. It's intercepted. Finds a seam. Left side. He's off to the races. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Return starts at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to the air, Nix after the pick. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's 2nd down. Nix off the play action. Complete. It's Ingram. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
The Ravens going to the dime package on this 3rd down. Throwing now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Broncos.
They'll throw again. Nix. Has the open man downfield. And he crosses midfield before going out. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. Throwing off the play fake here. Completed to Sutton. And he's a yard or two shy of the 30 before going out. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. Only one timeout remaining. They've got to work quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. He sends this one to the end zone. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Nate Wiggins has got it.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back! Because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. The Ravens in victory formation and content to just knee this one out.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
Want to quit?
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. So in front of the flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football. Short memories prevail, bro.